There needs to be a reckoning in the financial markets. People don't like to see their portfolios cut in half, but it is necessary if we are to cleanse this economy of excess speculation and fraud and lay the foundations for genuine growth. By postponing the bitter-tasting medicine, the Federal Reserve and the Trump administration are not doing anyone a favor. They're just prolonging the suffering which is caused by the inflation and stagnation we are currently experiencing. A deep recession, like the one we've had in 2008, is extremely painful. People lose their jobs, can't pay their mortgages. Some of them lose their homes or their businesses. It's a mess. But this mess is not the fault of the recession. It is the fault of the fake, debt-driven boom which preceded it, and all of the bad decisions which were made during that boom. The stock market needs to fall. Bitcoin needs to fall. Meme coins and NFTs, which have no utility whatsoever, should disappear altogether. Investment in AI and robotics should be reined in and adjusted to match the true demand for it. Credit must become scarce and reserved only to productive businesses, which have the ability to generate a decent return. The standard of living in the Western world must fall to meet the grim reality. Absurdly enough, the prices of commodities should rise to account for all the inflation that took place in recent years and is still not acknowledged. I know it sounds like a contradiction, but that's only because you've never lived through a stagflation. Everything I'm saying used to be common knowledge among economists and investors. It is only in the past 20 years that these sound principles have been set aside and replaced by this insane debt binge. As a result, we have an entire generation whose perception of reality has been completely distorted and has been led to believe that perpetual growth in stocks and in crypto is somehow possible. Once the recession arrives, they will be the hardest hit because they don't have the tools to understand what is happening and react accordingly. I pity the fools. Every generation thinks that it is smarter than the previous one, that old traditions are no longer relevant, and that the new thing is here to stay. Every generation eventually gets smacked in the face and learns that there were good reasons for those old traditions and common wisdom. They gain some experience and humility and have children of their own, who will invent a new thing and mock their elders as well. Bitcoin is this generation's new thing. It had tremendous success and made its early adopters abundantly wealthy. But the old folks knew in their guts that it's flawed, that it's a zero-sum game, which has no connection with the real economy, and is therefore doomed to fail. But since the inevitable failure refused to materialize, the early adopters grew more and more confident and arrogant. Driven by zero interest rate policies and QE, and possibly also the continuous manipulation in the prices of commodities, Bitcoin grew monstrously huge, to the extent that its collapse could topple the entire global economy. We now have an entire generation that puts its faith in a speculative asset, which is basically nothing more than an online ledger. They are so deeply invested in it, both financially and emotionally, that if it fails, many of them will be devastated and may never recover. I'm not a big fan of government regulation, but if there was ever a thing that needed some government scrutiny, it's the crypto world. The amount of fraud and corruption that emanates from it is huge, From Mt. Gox to FTX and Celsius, the failure of the US government to intervene and stop the bad actors is nothing less than amazing. I mean, a little girl setting up a lemonade stand is more likely to get visited by the police than a guy running a multi-billion crypto Ponzi scheme. Instead of proper regulation, what do we get? The President of the United States is issuing a suite of meme coins for him, the First Lady, and his son. The Secretary of the Treasury is openly promoting Bitcoin and is counting on stablecoins to fund the ballooning national debt. Our leaders, who should have been putting the brakes on this new thing, are now endorsing it. What happens if Bitcoin collapses now, dragging the entire sector down with it? Who will buy US Treasuries then? I would have expected our leaders to behave more responsibly than your average crypto influencer on Twitter, but I guess this is too much to ask. Thank you for listening to the Silver Hermit podcast. If you like this content, please donate in the link which appears in the description below. Please subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends and family. Hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I release a new video. Remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This video is intended for general informational purposes only and should not be regarded as investment advice. Before taking any investment decision, please consult with a professional financial advisor who may assess your personal investment objectives and needs.